game.
Water Cavaliers, and if you've got your radio looking right at you, we're going to have Archbold going from right to left on your radio dial. Jumping center, we're going to have a take a look at Kyle Broadbeck for the Archbold Blue Streaks and Doug Biersack for Coldwater. The opening tip is up and it's controlled by Coldwater very, very easily. Tap back to the right-hand side now, bringing it up point guard. We're going to take a look. They changed numbers on me. Okay, I got the wrong ones, but we'll get it taken care of. With the ball, we're going to take a look at Mike I'll get him in a second. At Mitch Layfield, he brings it around, wings it right. They bring it down baseline low. Let's take a look at Russ Sudoff. Russ Sudoff is being tied up to almost a 5-second call. Bring it all the way up. Tight D so far for the Archbold Blue Streaks. Wing it around the front side. Let's take a look at Brian Wink. Way out front. Underneath it goes Doug Biersack, and he scores it. Bingo. They worked it inside. A lot of patience being shown by Archbold. Quickly up there by Coldwater. Quickly up the floor was Archbold. Bringing it up. Point guard Keith Roth. They bring it inside. They give it off to Tyson Ashelman. Ashelman kicks it back out front to Sean Roth. Sean Roth tied up all the way out front to Keith Roth. We have Ralston Ashelman's up the plate. He drives the lane. It was hammered, but no call. Broadbeck with the rebound. He puts it up, and it's going to be good. Kyle Broadbeck with the big offensive rebound. We're tied at 2 and going to the line. We're going to take a look at Kyle Broadbeck. A chance to make it the front end of or the back end of a three-point play. First personal being whistled against Russ Sudoff.
Archbold came down the floor. They faced Coldwater's 2-3 zone. They were able to get the ball reversed, and that allowed Keith Roth to penetrate. Missed the shot, but Kyle Broadbeck there for the offensive putback.
Okay, first Archbold lead as Kyle Broadbeck buries it from the free throw line. A little bit of pressure coming on. They try to run the two-man trap at the half-court line. Don't get it down low. It comes. In, dishes it underneath. Boy, are they going to work that tonight. Brian Wink, the big boy, got the nice little dish. 4-3, Coldwater on top, 6:41 on our scoreboard clock. We're going to get a smacking foul out front. A little poke check, they would call that. Josh Gass, his first team second. Side out to the Archbold Blue Streaks. Kicking it inbounds, Keith Roth with the ball. He onside for a long three. Oh, and that was an NBA three. That was a miss by Sean Roth, but he had an open look, so he took it. Quickly up there, losing the handle just a little bit, is John Gass. John Gass drives it in about a 12-footer, pops it up, partially blocked off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound, drives the lane, puts it up, back from behind. Offensive rebound. Big guy, Doug Biersack. He gets another rebound, and he puts it in, driving the lane. Oh, and it was missed. Kyle Broadbeck missed it. He had the open shot and had it wide open. About a 4-foot bunny from the left side. Coldwater quickly on back. Down underneath. Right in front of our microphones as we're up here on the deck. Now they bring it, kick it back out front. Mitch Layfield, he hasn't done too much tonight yet. Yet is the operative word. Holding the ball now. Mitch Layfield, he's out front. They're not giving him any pressure. Now he kicks it off to Sudoff. Sudoff drives it in about an 8-footer penetration, nails it. He went in the air at about 8 foot out. Boy, he had a nice shot.
Coldwater's really done a nice job of showing patience. They're 4 for 6 here in the first quarter, and they have not shot a shot outside of 8 feet yet.
Here's another long train coming for Archbold, and it's cold. No, rebound comes off. This time it's Coldwater with the rebound. But they lost the handle on it. A little bit of a turnover there. They had the rebound clean and just skated off his hand. 8-3, Coldwater lead. Clear out front it comes. Brian Ashelman. No, we're going to have, he missed the long three, but we're going to have another foul whistled inside. This time against Cody Mesher. Third team foul. Second on Mesher.
Second on Sudoff.
Sudoff, excuse me. Coldwater's numbers look a little bit flat on the one side. It's hard to tell the difference between a couple of them. That and I'm rusty. Have the ball kicked out front. A lot more pressure from Coldwater than I thought we'd see.
Coach Niecamp's talked about he has to match up with Archbold shooters. They're very good on the perimeter, so what he's done is he's extended his zone. He's brought his 2-3 out to contest the shot right on the three-point arc.
So far, Archbold has been not hesitant to take the three, but nothing has fallen yet. They were going to get a little bit of a drive inside, a dish off underneath. Beautiful give and go. Deep draw. Beautiful give and go right there Let's make it 8-5. Coldwater on top. 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. Coldwater with the ball right in front of us. With the ball underneath. John Gass passes off left-hand side wing. A tray was missed. Rebound is fought off and it's bingo. Mitch Layfeld with the rebound. And the 2 points. And the foul. And he'll be stepping to the line. 10-5. They've doubled him up. Sean Roth with the personal, his first team first. Checking in the ball game, we have Eric Webker sitting down for a little bit of a rest is Doug Biersack. At the line, Mitch Layfeld. Layfeld puts it up, nothing but net. Let's make it 11-5, Coldwater. Archbold quickly across the timeline. Brings it down, they set him up before the defense was there. Shot, bang. Brian Ashman beat the defense almost down the floor. Here comes the pressure. We knew we'd see this soon enough, and boy, they're putting it on. They've got him trapped in the backcourt. He finally clears it across timeline. Coldwater with the ball. We're going to take a look at Shane Franzer in the ball game right now. Holding up, setting the offense. Mitch Layfield. He brings it up. They're changing the play. It's a set play showing up. Layfield drives baseline, and he gets bumped on the way in. Kick the ball out of down traveling. Turnover, Coldwater. 11-7. They've got the lead right now. Archbold brings the ball up court quickly again. They're running the perimeter offense. Clear out on the right-hand wing side. Keith Roth. They kick it off left side all the way over. Almost threw it away. Underneath the Broadbeck. He drives the lane. About a 7-footer and bingo.
As Coldwater extends that zone, that's going to open up spots along the baseline and in the middle of the floor for Kyle Broadbeck, and he's taking advantage of it in the last possession.
Absolutely, and they need that. It's keeping Coldwater a little bit honest. 11-9, Archbold slowly driving the gap in. Layfield drives, and he gets walking with the ball. He took a little stutter step before he started his drive, and it was right in front of the referee. Coldwater fans who have packed the east side of the Grand Canyon Gym were not appreciative of the call.
Archbold's come out and put a lot of pressure on the basketball, and right now that's creating some problems for Mitch Layfield.
All righty, we've got the ball. Archbold, a long tray. It's up and bang. Brian Ashleman for a tray. Second lead in the ball game for Archbold. Coldwater quickly down court. Mitch Layfield. Layfield dribbling left. He brings it up out front. Brian Wink. Wink passes off. Goes underneath. Scheinbrenner. Scheinbrenner gives it off to into the game. Eric Webker, who just came in on that last timeout. 13-12. We've got Coldwater on top, Bruce.
We see a contrast in styles. Archbold with the perimeter game. Coldwater making no secret, taking the ball right to the middle of the floor.
Here we go again. Another perimeter shot. In and out. Rims out. Okay, Brian Ashman. Rebound front court. It's on the floor, and it's going to be off Coldwater. Ball did not come down clean. Nobody could get a handle on it. Kicked out of bounds. By the Coldwater Cavaliers. 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining on our scoreboard clock. 13-12. We have Coldwater on top. Good game substitution coming in. Alex Reimer. As Keith Roth's going to sit down and get a little blow. These guys are playing hard tonight, Bruce.
Real hard. Very intense game. Really only one team playing full court pressure, but it's still an awfully intense basketball game.
And while we're talking, bingo, Sean Roth buries a three. 15-13. If they're going to give him the shot, Doug Krause says, take it. He did. And he did. Coming up court, lots of ball hawking pressure. Steve Steinbrenner with the ball. He drives the lane, shots up, rebound comes off. Archbold. Archbold quickly clears across the timeline with the ball. Keith Roth off underneath. Kyle Broadbeck, about an 8-footer. Bang! Oh, man, and he had Eric Webker all over him, and he just put it right up after the soft touch. 17-13, biggest lead in the ball game for Archbold. We got a long tray coming off, rebound front floor, kicked out of bounds, and they're going to keep it with Archbold. The shot from Shane Franzer, the 6'2 junior, just came off the rim hard, was batted out of bounds. Archbold with the lead in the ball, 17-13. Out front, we've got Keith Roth. All the way to the left side at the three-point line, we're going to get a blocking foul against Doug Biersack. The 6'3 junior. 17 points a ball game and 11 rebounds. His first personal.
Because Archbold started to shoot better from the perimeter, now that defense has gotten more aggressive. That opens up dribble penetration and angles for some of these other perimeter players from Archbold. Look for them to take the ball into the middle of the floor.
Right now, everything seems to be going Archbold's way as they can do just about anything they want to do, but it's not easy. They've got to really work at it. A long tray, rims out, in and out, offensive rebound. Yes. Brian Ashland missed the tray, but the offensive rebound came back to Alex Reimer, and Reimer was hammered. We're going to be in a bonus situation next foul. First personal foul for Eric Webker. Checking back into the ballgame after a brief blow is Mitch Layfeld. They don't want this one to get away from them. 17-13, Archbold with the ball and the lead. 1:30 remaining from the Grand Canyon in Napoleon in our Division III sectional final, or district final tonight. Inbounds play coming in all the way out front. It comes to Shane Roth. He pops for a three. No, rebound, clean. Comes off. Eric Webker. Coldwater, a little more deliberate coming up front. Mitch Layfeld, he's trying to set the offense. He kicks it around up to the front. Layfeld back on the left wing. Driving the baseline. And we're going to get a... We're going to have to move our banner. I can't see.
Blocking foul on Alex Reimer.
Thank you very much. Either that or get a little closer to the court. I think that's what I'll do. 17-13. That's our score. Archbold with the lead. Personal against Alex Reimer, his first, team second. Inbounds play. Clear out front to Gass. Gass throws it away. Turnover. Just as he fourth turnover. Just as he released the ball, his man made a cut. That's embarrassing. But it happens. Just a minute to play in the first quarter of action. Archbold with the ball. Clear out front. We've got Keith Roth. He brings it in, dishes it inside. We're going to have a walking foul. They had the right idea. That little extra step will catch him every time.
First turnover for Archbold here in the first quarter.
That's not too shabby, Bruce. All righty, the Coldwater Cavaliers are down by 4. 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Mitch Layfeld, he's been a little bit quiet tonight, but you can't blame it on him. He's getting all kinds of pressure. Coldwater with the ball. Layfeld, he's dribbling around front. They're being very patient. 36 seconds remaining. They try to dish underneath, thrown away, turnover. Fifth turnover now. We're going to play for the last shot with Archbold. They took their good old sweet time coming up. Now they're going to hold the ball. Nobody's pressuring. Now they're going to pass it across. 16 seconds remaining. They're setting the offense. Now they want it to wheel. All righty, clear out front. Ryan Ashleman dishes it off right side. Keith Roth. Ashleman back over left-hand side to Zeb Schroeder's in the ballgame. Turnover thrown away. 1 second remaining. A long shot from about half court. Was offline, but it had the distance. At the end of 1 quarter of action from the Napoleon Grand Canyon, we have the Archbold Blue Streaks 17, Coldwater Cavaliers 13. We'll be back after these two messages. Young's come in from the Archbold Blue Streaks. They had a tough first quarter getting out of the box. Now they're in the lead, 17-13. They've just been working that perimeter offense and taking a good shot. Now another steal and turn away. Mitch Layfeld picks up the loose ball. Layfeld sets the offense, drives it down underneath the guy's block. He walked with the ball, got away with it, and he got the points too. Doug Biersack, he was dancing around under there. Archbold fans wanted a call. They weren't real happy. Didn't get it. 17-15. We have Archbold on top. Right-hand side, we got a kicking out of bounds there. We're going to get an inbounds play. Keith Roth, the point guard. He brings everything up the floor, 99 times out of 100. Archbold with the ball. And we got another one, a kick inbounds. Quick hands, quick feet tonight.
Well, defensively, both teams are being very aggressive. They're trying to get out into the passing lanes. They want to contest passes as well as they want to contest shots.
That 2-3 zone looks like it's been changed just a little bit. The Coldwater's running, Bruce. It looks a little bit more like a sagging 1-3-1 right now, but that's because they're ball hawking is what they're doing. Another turnover. This time it's going to be whistled against Zeb Schroeder. The strikes tonight are being death on that little stutter step. 17-15, 7 minutes remaining in the first half of action from Napoleon. Coldwater with the ball, down 2. Kicking it around now. They're trying to set their offense. They got people passing back through the lane. Lots of defensive pressure from the Archbold Blue Streaks. Clear off here in the corner. Let's go swinging around left. Russ Sudoff. Sudoff with the dribble. Brings it in. Shops. Kicks it back out to Layfeld. Layfeld all the way over to John Gass. About 45 seconds. Archbold, they haven't been able to even get a shot off. Tight defense. Layfeld looked at the three, decided no. He's going to kick it back out to Sudoff. Sudoff holding the ball. He tries to drive the baseline. Catches a little bit of a lane. Puts it up and nails it. Bodies went crashing to the turf. No call. 17-17. Keith Roth with the ball. Tries it underneath. Rebound back. Bang. Another turnover for Archbold. Now the play is getting a little sloppy for the Archbold end of it. Driving down Mitch Layfeld. And we're going to get a blocking foul. Layfeld with the shot, which he missed. Tyson Ashelman whistled for the personal. His first team number 1.
Offensively, Coldwater has done a very good job of getting into their offense, and they've really waited very patiently to get the shot that they've wanted. They've either been able to get the ball to the block to one of their big people, or they've been able to get dribble penetration.
It's been a long time since Coldwater's had a lead, and they still don't have it as the first one rims out for Mitch Layfeld. What's his numbers tonight so far, Bruce?
3 points so far for Mitch.
3 points. Let's make it 4. He gets the next one and a 1-point lead, 18-17. That's quite a bit below his average. Coming across, Keith Roth. He sets it up on the perimeter. Let's go left side, Brian Ashelman. Ashelman underneath to Tyson Ashelman. With the ball driving the lane. We got one of the Sean Roth this time, and he missed about a 6-footer about the back of the rim hard. Layfeld brings the ball up front. Passes it off the point guard, Gass. Gass, a long 3. No, rebound comes off, batted around. Rebound, first of all, came clean to Archbold, and then was batted by Coldwater. Driving the lane was Russ Sudoff, and getting hit with the blocking foul was Sean Roth. That's his second, team 4th. At the line, we're going to take a look at Russ Sudoff, the 5'10 senior. His first shot is eyed and flied, no. Fired off the side of the rim. 18-17, Coldwater lead. Sudoff puts up the second one. High arch, this time he nails it. 2-point ball game, 2-point with the lead. Keith Roth bringing the ball across. He sets right up front. Dishes right side, Sean Roth. A lot of pressure. Broadbeck underneath, it goes to Tyson Ashelman. Baseline, bingo. That's what you were talking about. That opened up that little give and go. Archbold quickly sets back up in their defense as Coldwater put a little quick run on coming down the floor. Now they're setting the offense. Gass clear out front by the opening circle. They bring it across to Sudoff. Sudoff dishes underneath. He brings it to Brian Wink. We're going to take a look with Wink with a little short bunny right from the foul line. Nice touch. The big guys seem to shoot a little soft, too, and that's nice. That's well coached.
Coldwater really does a good job of getting the ball to where they want it to be. They know the players that can hit the shots, and that's where they've gotten them.
Coldwater cheating a little bit on defense, and it caught him because this time Tyson Ashelman stuck in. Layfeld drives, bang, he drills it. He just came down, pulled up right about where it says GLL on the floor, and nailed it. Archbold with the ball, down 2. Underneath, it's going to Tyson Ashelman. Off the back of the rim, rebound comes off clean to Coldwater's Cavaliers. Mitch Layfeld, he comes down on the left-hand side. He takes a quick look, passes off to Sudoff. Sudoff drives, puts it up, dishes around, no. We're going to get a blocking foul out underneath. They're going to call this one against Kyle Broadbeck. His first personal, team 5th.
Russ Sudoff has really been a major player in this game. He's averaging 5 points a game. He has 5 here in the first half and attempting 2 free throws right now.
Looks like he's the man that they're sagging back on the big boy, and he's just been taking advantage of it. Shudoff puts his first one up, and it's good for a 3-point Coldwater lead. 24-21 with 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining on our scoreboard clock from the Grand Canyon in Napoleon. He sets his second shot. Real high arch, boom, nothing but net. This biggest lead we've had in the ball game for anybody has been 4 points, and we've got it right now. Archbold with the ball. Almost tossed it away. They're going to drive into the paint. Oh. And I didn't see what it was, but I think somebody got nailed with an elbow. Coldwater fans are not at all happy about that. Coach Niekamp up off. We got a shoving foul after the shot. The referee says, Jim, sit down. Okay, Doug Biersack whistled for the personal, his second 16 foul. It was a clean rebound, and it was after the rebound, there was a little extracurricular action, according to the referee. Archbold with the ball, baseline left, clear out front it comes, into the paint, now back outside, clear out front. Where are they working the ball around? They're clear out on that 3-point strike. Into goes to Ashleman. Ashleman walking with the ball.
Archbold's attacked the zone a little bit differently with it being so far extended. They're entering the ball right about the free throw line to one of their post players. Then he's using the option whether to dump the ball down low or to bring the ball back out to the 3-point line.
We got a substitution coming in right now. We've got for Coldwater, Eric Lipker coming in. Russ Shudoff taking a little bit of a blow. He caught an elbow just a minute ago. Mitch Layfeld, along with Steve Steinbrenner, handling the ball out front. Steinbrenner with it, pitches off left side. Over here to Mitch Layfeld, looks at a three, thinks about it, decides not to. Underneath, Eric Lipker, he brings it back out front. Coldwater being patient, Shane Franzer with the ball. They drive the baseline in a lot of traffic, the ball is lost. Archbold on the fast break, Broadbeck with the give and go, and the layup is in. Nice transition basket, 25-23. Here comes Coldwater back the other way. Steve Steinbrenner brings it out front. Layfeld, about an 18-footer from the top of the circle. 3, no. Rebound comes off, cleared. Oh, we going down the length of the floor again. Bingo, they missed the money. And we're coming back the other way. A 4-on-3 break. Hook check from the backside, and we're going to get a foul as Tyson Hasselman got up in the air and went sailing right over the top of Steve Steinbrenner. And I want to tell you, that was about 4 of them back and forth where you could say, boo, Bruce.
That's where you're hoping to get a stoppage and play just to catch your breath and get regrouped.
I'm glad these kids are 16, 17, and 18 years old. I'd die if I tried to do something like that. 2:42 on our scoreboard, 25-23. Coldwater up. We got some substitutions coming in. They're playing hard. They're not afraid to do it. Check it in. Cody Mesher and Justin Rindler for the Coldwater Cavaliers. They're giving Shane Franzer a little bit of a blow on the sideline. Coldwater with the ball. Out front, Justin Rindler. Rindler left-hand side, shots up. Layfeld misses it. Rebound comes off clean. Brian Ashleman with the defensive board. Driving the paint at the top of the circle, Keith Rock. We're tied at 25, 2:24 remaining. Coldwater bringing it back. Steinbrenner setting the offense. Left-hand side, a tray is up from just outside the circle. And the rebound comes off and was batted out of bounds. Mitch Layfeld said he was held under there, but the referee just said go on down the floor. Archbold ball. Wasn't really a turnover, just a long shot. Archbold fans are on their feet. They want to lead. Holding it up front, we've got Alex Reimer into the ball game. Alex, he kicks it around Zeb Schroeder. Schroeder, right-hand side, Keith Rock. Right at the base of the three-point arc. Kicking it all the way out front to Brian Ashleman. Lots of defensive pressure. In the paint it goes. Bingo. Oops. Comes back off hard. Kyle Broadbeck had the shot, but he got the back of the rim.
Coldwater that time into a man-to-man, Sam.
Real quick. They didn't spot it right away either. I don't say they did. I didn't. With the ball, Coldwater Cavaliers to Layfeld. Clear on the left side for a train. 28-25. Now you see why the Northwest Ohio District 3 Player of the Year is the district player of the year. He just had nothing but net on that.
9 points for Layfield tonight.
Now he's heating up a little bit. Rodbeck clear out the top of the circle. He passes off left side. Keith Roth, we're going to get a hold underneath. The hold's on Justin Rindler. That should put Archbold to the strike. 17th foul. At the line, we're going to have Alex Reimer. He's shooting front end of a 1-and-1, 28-25. Both teams are in the bonus now. Reimer dribbles about 3 times, takes a breath, puts the first shot up, and bingo. 28-26, a 2-point Coldwater lead. It's been back and forth, nip and tuck, and run and gun all night long. The perimeter game of Archbold against the inside strength of Coldwater. Reimer eyes and flies the second one. They're going to wave it off. Got a lane violation on Rodbeck. Turnover Archbold. 28-26. Couple of substitutions coming back into the ball game for Coldwater. We've got Brian Wink is in. They're going to have trouble getting this across timeline. The referee handed him the ball and started the clock. Somebody saw it and ran back to help him out. Wink with the ball. Coldwater with the lead. Eric Woodkirk clear off the right side. Gas for 3. Hard off the back of the rim. Rebound comes off Brian Ashleman. Ashleman quickly up the floor. Passes off. We're looking for a trade. Bingo! No! Off. Slid off the rim. Keith Roth. It looked real good. Mitch Layfield with the ball. He's driving down on the right-hand side. Almost threw it away. Brings it back. Steve Steinbrenner. Steinbrenner all the way over, and we're looking for a little bit of a travel call. Brian Wink had the right idea for a trade and then decided to take off and shuffle his feet again.
Had his player up in the air and then tried to be just a little too quick with the dribble. 7 turnovers for Coldwater here in the half. 28-26, and that's not because Coldwater is a bad handling team either. It's just an awful lot of defensive pressure tonight. Reimer inbounds, comes to Keith Roth. Roth sets it up, and he's being guarded by Mitch Layfeld. With the ball on the left-hand side, Zeb Schroeder. Schroeder kicks it all the way across court. Let's take a look over there. Let's set it up. There's Keith Roth. Coldwater switching that defense again. They're setting it up. Take a look at it. Seconds. 5, 4, 3. Driving the lane. The rebound. Ding, ding, ding. No. Rebound comes off, and that's going to be the end of the first half. Archbold had 2 shots right there at the bucket, and Broadbeck had the offensive rebound. Our halftime score from the Grand Canyon in Napoleon, Ohio, 28-26. We have the Coldwater Cavaliers on top of the Archbold Blue Streaks. We'll be back after these messages.
This Eastern
Show over WNDH Radio in Napoleon. 8-minute showing on our scoreboard clock as we're ready for third quarter action. Sam Dinn along with Bruce Schlosser, and we've got Tim Rouse, man of the board, back at the studio doing his usual excellent job. Coldwater, they take the ball across the kick it back onto the left-hand side. Russ Sudoff. This is the opening starting lineup. Underneath, they're going to go to Biersack. He drives the lane, and he gets it. That was just what we call power basketball. He just buried it right inside. Archbold quickly up court. Keith Roth. He's doing most of the point guard action. He gets a little seam in the lane, kicks it out to the right-hand side. Long shot up, about 18-footer, no. Comes off Shane Roth, rebound, comes back, and this time, bingo. Keith Roth got the rebound, and he got himself a quick 2, 30-28, driving the lane. We had Biersack. He gets his own rebound, puts it up, misses the money again. Rebound front court, comes off. This time Archbold had it. We got it still kicking down on the floor. It's on the ground. Alphonse and Gaston, and finally Archbold comes out with it, driving the lane. Tyson Ashman, and he buries it. Looked like nobody wanted that basketball. 30-30 is our score. Layfield, he tries to drive about an 18-footer, banks it home. The tempo is sure up right now, 32-30, Coldwater. Keith Roth brings it across the timeline. Dribbles to the right-hand side, kicks it all the way across to Brian Ashman. Ashman at the three-point arc. Clear to the left side. Roth looks at it, drives into the paint, puts it up, banks it, misses, no good. Rebound. Coldwater, caught for it. Going to kick it out of bounds and stays home with Archbold. Nobody could hold that one cleanly. It was off of Doug Biersack.
Archbold right now being very quick to the basketball. They've been able to get their hands on the ball and keep it alive and give themselves some second opportunities here.
Absolutely. Archbold with the ball, and they're down by 2. As Coldwater's up 42-30, they had to throw it clear out front to get a look at it. Three-point arc out there. No, rebound comes off, and we get Kyle Broadbeck hammered as he heads inside. Another rebound for Broadbeck. .6:25 on our scoreboard clock. At the line, we're going to take a look at Kyle Broadbeck, the 6'3 junior, 12 points a game. He rims it in and out. 32-30. First team foul. The second one is up and bounces, and it's a teaser, and it finally drops in. Coldwater, Mitch Layfield, dribbling up the right-hand side of the floor. He stops clear out by the three-point arc. He passes off the left-hand side over to Josh Gass. Gass, who passes it down underneath, back to Layfield. Layfield drives, pulls up right at the foul circle off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound. He decides he's going to kick it back out and take a look and see what's going on here. Layfield holding up. He passes out to Sudoff. Sudoff at the very top of the circle. Dribble penetration, no. Kicks it back out, right-hand side. Clear across to Layfield. Layfield dunk. He doesn't get it. Sudoff passes underneath to Wink. Wink turns around. He's cut off on the baseline. Good defense by Archbold. They just didn't have a thing there, Bruce.
Coldwater's been patient running their offense, but Archbold's been able to knock down the cutters and get into the passing lanes.
There's a quick turnover. Some hands slap the ball over. Archbold setting up for a three, and they nail it. Sean Roth came down, one pass, one step, and buried it. 34-32, Archbold with their first lead of the third quarter. Well, you can't defense that either. Steve Steinbrenner with the ball for Coldwater. He passes off the left side to Layfield. Layfield just holding the ball, doesn't know what to do with it. And we're going to get a timeout. Coldwater, they're down by 2, 34-32. 5 minutes remaining on our scoreboard. We'll be back after this message.
Insurance.
They are ready today for a comfortable, carefree retirement full of simple dreams.
And we're back live at the Point High School. Coldwater down by 2 with the ball, setting their offense. Let's take a look at Russ Sudoff, clear up front at the top of the circle. He passes left-hand side to Wink. If you got something underneath, we're going to have a holding call. We're going to whistle this one. It's going to go against Kyle Broadbeck has whistled his second, team first. Coldwater inbound. Let's take a look at Steve Steinbrenner with the ball. He passes off to Sudoff. Sudoff just it slipped right off his hand and dribbled out of bounds. Turnover, Coldwater. A little over 4.5 minutes remaining. Archbold with the ball and the lead by 2. Third quarter action. District final. Driving in, cut off, brings it back out front. Ashleman, he's tied up. They give it off to Tyson Ashleman. Tyson takes it off to the right-hand side to Keith Roth. Keith Roth is tied up again, clear over the right-hand side, down base point low. Broadbeck is in. Oh, missed the money. Couldn't quite get the handle on it, but he had the shot. He had the shot he wanted. Driving the length of the floor and then having to pull up Steve Steinbrenner. Kicks it out front to Mitch Layfield. Layfield setting the offense, top of the circle, off to Josh Gass. Lost it for just a second. Brian Wink clear out front, the big man clear out there. Layfield comes around the back door. They bring it out to the right-hand side. He spin moves. He puts up about a 12.5-footer off the front of the rim. No, rebound comes off Archbold clean. Keith Roth with the rebound. He drives the length of the floor, and we're going to get a blocking foul. Bodies crash to the turf as Steve Steinbrenner gets the blocking foul. Second foul on Coldwater. That's team 2 and second personal foul on Steve Steinbrenner. Archbold inbounding underneath their own basket. to Sean Roth. Sean Roth, the left-hand side. To Brian Ashelman, just rims that three. They're not off by much tonight, Bruce.
3 points here in the third quarter. They're 1 for 4 from the field. As you said, they're all very good shots. They're getting squared away. It's just a matter of knocking them down.
And we're going to get another holding foul against Kyle Broadbeck, and this is important because Broadbeck's the only guy that's got enough beef under there to fight with these boys, and that's his third personal with 3:23 remaining. Checking in, we're going to get Alex Reimer. Reimer's an inch taller, but he's probably 50 pounds lighter.
It'll be interesting also to see if Coldwater goes right to the block again to try to get Biersack the basketball.
They tried it, but they didn't, so they dished it out on up front. Archbold had that inbounds play perfectly well defensed. Spin move, brings it off the hands of Wink. Rebound, kick, bang, last touch by the Coldwater Cavaliers. Justin Rindler in the ball game. He just reached out to touch it for their second. Excuse me, not Rindler. Steve Steinbrenner. Archbold with the ball. They're bringing it out front. Keith Roth. Roth down in the corner. Sends it off to Brian Ashelman. Clear off the left-hand side. Into the paint at the top of the circle. Tyson Ashelman bounces and gets the lucky rebound. But right straight up in the air and right back down. 36-32. Archbold with the lead by 4. 2:45 remaining on our scoreboard clock at the Grand Canyon from the podium. Cavaliers with the ball. Shoot off. He drives the lane. In and out. We're going to get a blocking foul. Sean Roth. I'll tell you, they're not giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. We haven't seen a charge all night. Third personal. Now, this could be important for Archbold. They really don't want anybody in too much foul trouble. At the line shooting, Russ Sudoff, the 5'10 senior. He's averaging 5 points a game. He's quite a bit beyond that right now. Bingo. 36-33. Cuts on Archbold lead to 3. Sudoff having a great game. Puts the second one up, nails it. 36-34. We got a substitution checking in. Sean Roth's going to sit down, and the sophomore super sub, Zeb Schroeder's going to check in for the Archbold Blue Streaks.
9 points for Russ Sudoff tonight.
He's almost doubled up, but he's been playing such a strong game underneath. Archbold with the ball, setting the offense. Keith Roth dribbling the right-hand side into traffic. Out to Tyson Ashelman, over to Schroeder. Schroeder left-hand side, Brian Ashelman. They bring it into the top of the paint. Dishes it back out, brings it up for a three, no. Rebound, comes off, Archbold. They bring it back to Ashelman, this time he nails it. They had a good first shot and a better rebound shot. Up by 4. Coldwater now with the ball. Down working underneath. Shoot off. He's right at the top of the foul circle. Right at the charity stripe. They bring it underneath and there's a walk with it and they call it. Every fan in Archbold was pointing and it was a delayed call.
I think they missed the first 2 walks and got the third one that time.
We're going to get some more subs into the ballgame, get some people a little bit of a rest. Checking in for the Coldwater Cavaliers, Steve Steinbrenner. Checking out is John Gass, along with Doug Biersack. He's going to take a little off. Brian Wink's going to take a little rest. I'll tell you, they're keeping me busy tonight.
Archbold's done a great job of recognizing the types of defenses and finding the open areas against this zone that Coldwater plays. Right now, in fact, they've switched and went back to their man-to-man.
All righty, let's set the offense with the ball. Keith Roth for the Archbold Blue Streaks. Schroeder out front. They give it to Reimer. Reimer almost a steal. Brings it across back to Keith Roth. They're being a little patient. They're trying to set the offense. They've got a set play in. Zeb Schroeder. He's dribbling at the front of the circle. Alex Reimer. Reimer dishes off. Now they bring it into the paint. Tyson Ashelman drives and gets it. Tyson Ashelman, every time he's touched the ball, has come right to the basket.
He's 4 for 4 here in the third quarter. 14 points for the game for Tyson Ashelman.
Let's make it 40-34. Ball is almost knocked out, and it is almost a save. Quick ball helping by Tyson Ashelman. And right there, it looked to me like Archbold wanted it more than Coldwater.
Archbold has beaten Coldwater consistently throughout the whole game to the basketball. Loose balls, rebounds, any type of pass, Archbold has been there first.
Alrighty, Coldwater, they're down by 6. It's the biggest lead we've seen in the entire game, ladies and gentlemen. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Coldwater with the ball, driving into the paint. Rebound comes off. This time fast break. It's coming the other way. Here's the layup, and it's in. Brian Ashelman with the layup. Alex Reimer got that offensive board, and it was a big one. And there's a turnover, and it looks right now the Cavaliers are hanging their heads a little bit. They're down by 8, and they just threw it out of bounds.
Archbold's defense has really taken the Cavaliers out of any type of offensive flow. Not only have they not been able to run their offense, but they've also been able to pressure Coldwater into 6 turnovers here in the third quarter.
Ouch, that hurts. Checking back into the ball game, we got Sean Roth. He's the outside shot. We got 16 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 8-point Archbold lead. They're going to set it up for the last shot. Now they move it in like Reimer loses it. He travels with the ball. Big turnover. Only 8 seconds remaining. Zeb Schroeder's going to check back in. They bring in Roth. They had Sean Roth in there for one reason only. He was going to take the three, and they couldn't get it to him. So he's going to sit back down with 3 personals. Cavaliers with the ball, 7 seconds. They're bringing up quick up the floor. Driving. Steve Steinbrenner, he tries off the back of the rim. Archbold with the ball in 2 seconds. And the lead. This ought to be fun. Up. Now the out referee overruled the call. And Coach Doug Krause wants to talk about this one. The out referee overruled the call of the guy underneath. Coldwater trying their inbounds play. They're not getting very far. Long tray at the buzzer, and it's good. That call hurt Archbold. 42-37 at the end of the third quarter. We have the Archbold Blue Streaks on top of the Coldwater Cavaliers, and we'll be back in 2. It's an NBA 3, and they got a little bit of a break on that inbounds play with 2 seconds to go.
Now we'll have to see how Archbold reacts to that, but Archbold played extremely well in that third quarter. 7 of 13 from the field, simply because they did an excellent job of getting the shots that they wanted.
All righty, we had a little bit of a rough action right there as the ball was stolen away from Archbold, and then the ball was poked away from the Coldwater Cavaliers, and Coldwater does get the ball back, though.
Interesting fact, Archbold attempts 13 shots to 7 for Coldwater in the third quarter because of 6 turnovers for Coldwater.
Absolutely, and Archbold outscored Coldwater 16-9 in that third quarter, and that gave them the lead. 42-37, 5-point lead, 7:39 on our scoreboard clock. Coldwater with the ball, down 5. They're running a little bit of weave out front. Now they try to get it underneath, and they're going to get a holding foul on Tyson Ashelman. He used to call that the sucker pass. I'll put it in there, you reach for it, you get the foul. And Tyson got the foul. That's his third personal. We got some Archbold Blue Streaks, a little bit of foul trouble, don't we, Bruce?
Yeah, looking at him, Kyle Broadbeck with 3, Tyson Ashelman with 3, and Sean Roth with 3.
Alrighty, on the inbounds play, they tried to run the little mini wheel. It didn't work. Archbold's got that just defense cold. Steve Steinbrenner with the ball. He's holding it. He brings it out front. Back to Steinbrenner. On the right-hand side, Sudoff. Sudoff is driving down toward the paint, pulls up, puts up about a 6-footer, and it's good. Coldwater looks like they're going back to their strength, which is bring it to the bucket. We're going to get the whistle in the first one. Oh, ouch. Kyle Broadbeck gets his 4th personal, and he's got to sit out. 7:13 remaining. Alex Reimer's got to step up, the 6'4" junior, at the line to make it on the tail end of a 3-point possibility. We've got that Mr. Sudoff, Russ Sudoff, and he misses it. Rebound comes off. This time we're going to get a Coldwater foul. A hold, Eric Webker. Team fouls this half. We've got Archbold with 5 and Coldwater with 3. We may be having the old parade with the charity stripe here about the last half of this fourth quarter. Archbold with the ball and the lead by 3. Just a tad over 7 minutes remaining. Sam Dead along with Bruce Slusher. And Archbold's got the ball, and it's taken right away twice. And it's going to go out of bounds blue. There's a double turnover there. Coldwater stole it. Archbold stole it back. Coldwater kicked it out of bounds.
Coldwater becoming much more aggressive defensively now also. They're trying to get a hand on the basketball to shake it loose in this half-court offense.
And it's made a difference in the first minute of play in this third quarter. Archbold with the ball. They're going to kick it out front to Brian Ashleman. Ashleman over to Keithroth. Keithroth back. He drives in, kicks it underneath Tyson Ashleman. About a 6-footer. Bang. Oh, he's got a nice touch, and he's really kept Archbold in this ballgame in this third and fourth quarters. Layfield drives partially blocked. Layfield was hammered, but it was all ball at first. Keithroth drives the lane. It's in. Oh, wow. Boy, he took it the length of the floor and just got the back of the iron. 44-39, a 5-point lead. There's one of those transition baskets we've been talking about. With the ball and off Shuloff's foot. Shuloff started the drive and just fell off with his foot and dribbled right out of bounds. Another Coldwater turnover.
14 for Coldwater in the game.
That's a little bit more than their normal average, too. Credit that to a tough Archbold defense. Keith Roth with the ball. They give it off to Sean Roth. Sean Roth is looking. Tyson Ashleman gets into Reimer. Reimer wasn't expecting it. They got a break there. They kicked it right back out. Driving the lane. We're going to take a look. And another one of those little shots that just... Brian Ashleman had the shot and it just rimmed out the back of the rim. A good shot. They'll take that one every time. Coldwater with the ball. Steve Steinbrenner, the point guard, clear out front. Over to Mitch Layfeld. Way out on the left side of the arc. Shuloff now with the ball at the top of the circle. Layfeld, he's setting, trying to get some movement under there. Nothing. Layfeld, he goes underneath. The ball's kicked around, and Archbold steals it. Archbold took the ball and ran it down. Tyson Ashleman ran it down. And then a poor pass. Every time Archbold looks like they're going to make a little run, they get one of those big turnovers. How many for them?
Archbold with 2 here in the fourth quarter, 1 in the third for a total of 9 for the game.
That's a pretty good average, but they came at a critical time when they could start to bury Coldwater a little bit. 5 points is not going to do it in this ballgame. Driving the lane, Coldwater in around, and it's going to count. Steve Steinbrenner saw a little seam, and he took advantage of it. And he took it right to the paint, right to the hole. 44-41. He's going to be on the back end of a 3-point play. Whistled for the personal is Alex Reimer, his second team 6.
Coldwater in this fourth quarter has just been much more aggressive, both on the defensive end and on the offensive end. They're taking the ball to the basket. They're creating some foul opportunities to get themselves to the free throw line.
Here's a chance to cut it to 2 points. At the line, we've got Steve Steinbrenner, a 5'8 senior, and he does it. Only 2 points. A little bit of inbound pressure from Layfeld. Archbold cleanly brings it across the timeline. We're going to take a look at Keith Roth. He passes up the shot. His partner in crime does it, and that was Brian Ashleman. We're going to have a foul underneath. It's going to go against Coldwater. A pushing foul. 4th team foul. They're going to whistle this one up against Eric Webker, the 6'5 junior. That's his 3rd. He's about the only buddy that's even got 3 for Coldwater, isn't he, Bruce?
That's correct.
Inbounds play, Archbold all the way out front to Tyson Ashleman. Tyson Ashleman played a strong floor game tonight. Keith Roth with the ball, setting the offense, taking a little air out while they're trying to get things around. They bring it into Tyson. He drives the paint. The ball is stripped away. No foul. Archbold fans are incensed. And it happened right in front of the Archbold cheering section. 44-42. Ashleman almost stole the ball away from Coldwater. In the ball game, Justin Rindler. Steinbrenner holding it up front. They bring it clear out front to Eric Webker, who's playing out the high post. They give it to Layfeld. Layfeld drains the 3. He's been awful quiet. That woke everybody up.
13 points for Layfeld.
13 points. Only 5 of them this quarter, or this half, rather. Archbold on their fans, and we're going to get a timeout with Archbold. 4:07 remaining from WNDH. 45-44 Coldwater. We'll be back after this message.
Napoleon Building Center.
Sam Dent along with Bruce Slusher and Tim Ross back in the studio. Archbold with the ball down by 1. We have a dandy from the Grand Canyon. Archbold, they're getting a lot more pressure, as Bruce has mentioned. The ball hawking all over the place. Coldwater Cavaliers with the long shot. Brian Ashton drains a train. That brought the fans to their feet on the Archbold side. They haven't sat down for about the last 3 minutes. Steve Steinbrenner, he brings it out front to Brian Wink. Wink passes off into the lane. Bingo, no, does not go. Mitch Layfield missed a nice little opportunity. The fast break is on. Now they call it off and shorten it up. They kick it back out front to Keith Roth. Roth over the left-hand side to Ashelman. Ashelman underneath to Broadbeck was back in the ballgame, and he missed a little bank shot from about 10 foot out. 47-45, Archbold with the lead. Coldwater with the ball. Steve Steinbrenner is now the point guard. They've sat down John Gass. Steinbrenner's a little more active, a little more aggressive. We're going to get a timeout with 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. 47-44. The Blue Streaks with the lead, and we'll be back after this message. Every possession is important. You don't want to make any mistakes. Inbounding the ball. Coldwater Cavaliers. Steve Steinbrenner kicks it off left-hand side. A long tray for John Gass. That one I don't understand. They just took it and popped it. Keith Roth with the ball. He passes off to Brian Ashelman. Ashelman back to Roth. They go. They're running a wheel. Boy, is this active. They are really moving that ball. And they're getting a lot of pressure from Coldwater. Coldwater's trying to run a little two-man half-court trap. Tyson Ashelman kicks it out front to Keith Roth. Archbold now tries to tray and drain it. If you're going to get hot, let's do it. Brian Ashelman, 50-45. Archbold on top. Layfield brings it up quickly, pulls it up short. He's clear out. About 4 foot past the three-point arc on the right side. John Gass at the top of the circle. Back to Layfield. He thought about it. They go underneath to the big boy, and they let him have it. Doug Biersack. Give me a point total on him here, would you, Bruce? He's been kind of quiet.
He's in double figures right now with 10.
Okay, he's about 7 under his average. Driving the lane, bingo. Sean Roth pulls up for about a 7-footer. Layfield with the ball. He drives into the paint, and this time we're going to get a blocking foul. Layfield took it right to the paint. The Archbold player stepped in front of him, and he got called for the blocking foul. That one could have gone either way. We've got Sean Roth whistled for his fourth personal. At the line, we're going to get a quick look at Mitch Layfield. Well, we got foul problems now for the Archbold Blue Streaks.
The Blue Streaks, they have Sean Roth with 4, and they have Kyle Broadbeck with 4. At this point in time, that's not crucial with a little over a minute and a half, but if this would happen to go into overtime, it would become much more crucial.
All right, Layfield with a chance to cut that Archbold lead down to 4 with this shot, and he rims it out. That was offline. We could see it here. We've got a great seat at the Grand Canyon. We're up here on the balcony just to the left. Archbold down, they're going to spread it. They're spreading it. They're going to make them foul. If they get the good one, they're going to take it clear across court. We're going to go to Sean Roth. He seems saying, come on, bring it in. And they got the little one. Oh! Kyle Broadbeck found the scene, and Doug Carlson loved that. 54-47, 7-point lead. Layfield with the ball. He's getting ball hawked. They bring it off to Ringler. Ringler left-hand side, double dribble. They bring it off underneath, and the shot is up, and it's good. They got a little seam in the defense right there with Eric Webker. And we got a timeout called when Archbold had the ball. That's what the Archbold coaches are really upset about. 54-49, Archbold had the ball handed to him. Coldwater called a timeout and got it. I don't understand that one at all. Unless one referee gave it to him and didn't see what was going on. Heel dial. And we're going to get, I just think a tad of pressure from the Coldwater Cavaliers as they're setting up their trap defense now.
Coldwater has fouls to give, so look for them to be very aggressive.
Archbold, no big hurry to bring it across, and we got a reach-in foul. They're going to call that against Mitch Layfield. He's not in any trouble. What's that, his first personal? They'll side it out. They took 5 seconds off the clock, burned the foul. They want to keep it in that end of the court just as much as they can, Bruce.
Yeah, same situation. They're going to foul again as soon as they get it in.
Broadbeck breaks it. He kicks it back out. Could have had a kicking foul there. Was not called. With the ball, we've got Brian Ashelman, and he's going to get hammered from behind. All righty, that's the 16 foul. Now they don't have another one to give.
They will still do the same thing. They're still going to look to foul.
They'd rather put them at the line and make it earn it as opposed to get one of the cheap ones underneath. A side out for Archbold right in front of the Archbold cheering section. The referee says, cool your jets, guys. I haven't even handed her the ball yet. Never going to get a hacking foul on the right-hand side. That was quick. Steve Steinbrenner knew what to do. He hammered him. Boom, right away. At the line, we're going to have Sean Roth. What do we got on the numbers for him?
Sean Roth so far with 8 points, has not attempted a free throw yet.
All right, 5'10" junior is going to be at the line. 54-49. 1 minute exactly remaining. Both teams in the bonus. The first shot is up. Off hard the rim. Coldwater, the strategy worked. Bringing it up quick. Steve Steinbrenner. Twist turns into the paint. Passes off dishes. We're going to get a hammer. Whoop. We'll call that a mugging foul underneath. Bodies crashed to the turf. At the line, shooting 2. We're going to take a look at Steve Franzer. I don't think he scored yet, has he?
No, Steve Franzer's not in the book yet.
He's not in the book yet. With the foul, Tyson Ashelman, he says he's not going to get a cheap layup on me, and he made sure. Checking out in a strong game is Alex Reimer. At the line, the first one is up and it's good. 54-50. This is what Coldwater wants to do, is score when the clock is not running. 52 seconds remaining. The second one is up and it's good. A 3-point ball game. Lots of ball pressure. With the ball, we've got Keith Roth. He's bringing it up and he gets hammered. (54-51) with 45 seconds remaining. At the line, we're going to take a look at Keith Roth. What's his free throw numbers look for tonight?
He hasn't attempted one yet either.
Oh, somebody's been watching the book. They know who to foul, that's for sure. All righty, Keith Roth, the 5'9" junior, 12 points a ball game. His first shot is up. No. Rebound comes off to Tyson Ashelman, though. Came off hard. We're going to get another foul. This one's going to be called against Justin Rindler. Both coaches up off the bench. What's that now? Two of the front end of the one-on-ones that Archbold missed. You do not want to give Coldwater this many chances. You need to bury a couple of these. Back at the line, Keith Roth. 40 seconds remaining. Reimer comes back in. Broadbeck sits back down, just in case. First shot up from Roth. In and out. Rebound comes clean off to Coldwater. Quickly up court. Franzer with the rebound. They give it to Layfeld. Layfeld clear to the left side. Steinbrenner almost throws it away for a tray. Bingo! Justin Rindler ties the ball game, and that was a broken play. He wasn't supposed to get it.
Mutual Insurance Car Motor Policy provides.
We're going to get a timeout with Archbold. 54-54 with 19 seconds remaining, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Auto Internalists South Archbold offer complete auto repair, including
Almost after they missed the first 3 1-on-ones, you'd think, well, maybe we should go out and try to pressure them, but look for Coldwater just to play good half-court defense.
Absolutely. They didn't put a lot of pressure on the ball. 15, 14, 13. They're counting it down. Archbold with the ball. They want to bring it in a little bit closer. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Archbold's got to work. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. They get him tied up. Going to see the shot. One. No, they're not going to get it off. I don't think so. No. We're going to go to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. 54-54. The Archbold Blue Streaks and Coldwater Cavaliers. We'll be back after this timeout and some scores from Tim Rouse.
Key people in foul trouble with Kyle Broadbeck, Tyson Ashelman, and Sean Roth, all with 4 fouls.
All righty, Coldwater controls the tip. They did it at the opening contest. We got 4 minutes of overtime, folks, and you couldn't ask for a better high school basketball game than you've been seeing and hearing tonight. Justin Rindler, the hero, just a few minutes ago. He's got the ball up front. We got a walking call right there. Shane Franzer. Checking into the ballgame now, we're going to have Kyle Broadbeck, and Alex Reimer is going to sit down.
Archbold trying to protect Kyle Broadbeck with 4 fouls, bringing him in on the offensive end of the floor, and then getting him out if possible on the defensive end.
Absolutely. Well, let's see what the game plan is. Archbold setting up their offense. They're spreading that perimeter out. Here we go. Archbold with the ball. Sean Roth. He gives it off to Keith Roth. Over to the other side to Ashleman. Ashleman is double teamed. Brings it into Broadbeck. Broadbeck puts it up off the 40-yard. No tip. Tyson Ashleman with the tip. And the foul is going to be called against Justin Rindler. Well, I'm not so sure that's not a bad idea because Archbold is not hitting their foul shots.
Plus, in that situation, Tyson Ashman had a very good shot at a second opportunity right on the block. Might have saved them an easy basket.
Absolutely. Tyson Ashman tonight had a strong game. He kept them alive in that third and fourth quarter, going right to the hole.
Yeah, Tyson Ashman with 16 points, 10 of them in the second half, 5 for 5 from the field.
All righty, let's see if he can break this string of missed free throws for the Archbold Blue Streak. Ashman puts his first one up and in and out. It did everything but drop down the hole. That was halfway down and it spun right out. Layfeld drives to the lane. He gets cut off. Steinbrenner, he dishes underneath to the big boy. The big boy gets the roll. Doug Biersack. He just muscled that one home. Coldwater with the 2-point ball and the lead. 2-point bulge right now. That's about what it's been all night. It's a bulge. Deep from the outside. The 3-point comes off. The rebound is fought for it. It's cleared by Coldwater. Sean Roth just missed the 3-pointer. 56 to 54. Mitch Layfeld says, set the wheel. Let's get it running, boys. That's exactly what Coldwater is doing. They're trying to get it underneath on the give and go. And we're going to get a push-off foul. I didn't see where that one came from. That was away from the ball. I was watching the underneath play, and we're going to walk the other end. Third personal foul against Doug Biersack. He did a little push-off when they gave him a little lob pass, and he helped him a little bit. He's asking the referee, what did I do? And he said, you pushed me. 56 to 54, Broadbeck at the line, and finally we got a free throw from Archbold. Kyle Broadbeck, a chance to tie, 2:34. The overtime's about half gone. A teaser, no! We got a 1-point ball game. Coldwater with the ball and the lead. They're trying to get Reimer back into the ball game, but it's Coldwater ball. They have no stoppage in action. Now we do. Timeout on the floor. Coldwater with a 1-point lead in overtime. 2:21. Coldwater 56. Archbold 55. We'll be back after this message. Rebounds coming in. They run a little wheel off of that. They just rotate around. One man is setting a pick. And so far, that it hasn't done a thing all night. Archbold has obviously scouted that quite well. But boy, did they spread it out. Layfeld clear out front. He gets a little bit of the count. Coming around the other side, we've got Steinbrenner. Steinbrenner, he dishes it off. They're going to give a little give. They're going to take some air out of the ball. That's what they're going to try to do. They got to be careful, though. There he walks. Yes, that's exactly what we were talking about. Too much pressure on the point guard. And this time it was back in the ball game is Russ Sudoff, and he's had a great game tonight.
They spread that floor off, and as they dribble the ball back to the middle, they're bringing an extra defender right to where the ball's at. Archbold did a nice job of jumping on the double team, and with that time was able to create the traveling call.
All righty, Justin Rindler checks in, and Josh Gass takes a little bit of a rest. Josh Gass wearing a knee brace tonight. Tyson Lansman driving the baseline, turns around, puts it up, and he's hammered. He's going to go to the line. He got a step on Doug Biersack. He just turned around and put it right in. I've noticed something tonight that this is not a good time to be making little gestures to the referee. Mitch Layfeld is second-guessing all the calls and all this kind of stuff. And the one referee warned him earlier in the game, you don't want to get a tee in overtime. That could be a game breaker. At the line, let's take a look. Tyson Ashleman. Archbold down by 1. Ashleman puts it up. No, comes off. 2-shot foul. If Archbold survives tonight, they better spend all next week working on the free throw line. Not been good.
0 for 3 in the fourth quarter. 1 for 4 so far here in the overtime.
Oh, my goodness. Ashelman puts it up, and this one he drains, and we're tied again. 146. Choi with the ball. Mitch Layfeld. Layfeld brings it up against Keith Roth. Keith Roth has done a dandy job on him all night defensively. Mitch Layfeld still dribbling the balls. They're trying to set a pattern offense underneath. They're not getting very far because Archbold has it well defensed. Layfeld loses a handle on it. It's picked up, and we're going to get another walking call. Doug Biersack takes a little step and comes back the other way, and it's 2 steps before he moves the ball. He's been called on that 3 or 4 times tonight that I can remember. The pressure comes off. Now it comes back on. Steve Steinbrenner goes down to hassle the inbounds pass. He got there a little late.
Archbold may now try to do the same thing.
All righty. We're going to talk this one over again. We're tied at 56 in the Division III District Final from the Grand Canyon. Archbold and Coldwater knotted at 56. We'll be right back. What happened on the sideline?
Well, I think what's going to happen here is Archbold this time will take the ball, and they'll take a lot of time in getting into their offense. I would say they're not going to shoot anything but a layup. If they do that, it's going to be right as the clock expires with about 7 seconds left.
And so far, that's exactly what. They're spreading it out. They're getting a lot of movement. They're watching out for that little double-man trap that Coldwater's trying to set up. They're not having any luck with it. A missed steal right there. 55 seconds remaining with the ball. Keith Roth, he drives in. He got the ball slapped. They thought he rocked with it. No call. Now it's the Coldwater fans' turn to get a little upset. Ball was tipped back across the timeline by Coldwater's pressure. And we got the walking call. You want to comment on that one?
I'll pass on that.
We'll pass on that one. Now, at least the referees are fair. They got both sides of the gym mad at them now.
The thing about that, both officials know that's going to happen somewhere along the game.
Absolutely.
A little less time. Coldwater may be a little more effective in taking the air out of the ball this time. They don't have such a long time to wait. Look for them to run it down. They have a couple of timeouts left. They have 1 timeout left, so they may run it down, call the timeout, attempt the last shot.
Absolutely. Now, we talked about it. Whoever has the last possession might win this ball game, and it's sure coming down to that. We're under a half a minute to go. Coldwater with the ball. Mitch Layfeld. He passes it clear up front to John Gass. John Gass is getting all kinds of pressure out front. Archbold setting up a 3-on-2 trap. Who's your money man? Where is he? He's on the left side of the paint. Steve Steinbrenner holding the ball. Now they want a timeout with 8 seconds remaining. And Bruce, let's keep it right here for just a second. I tell you, we've got a dandy right here. We're going to look for Layfeld getting the ball, but where? That's the next question.
Normally what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your point guard the ball right in the middle of the floor and let him create, let him take the ball to the basket and read the defense. Whatever happens, if he gets help from the side, give the ball up to the wing. If he gets help from underneath the basket, dump the ball to the post. Archbold's done extremely well all night long as they've backed that penetration down by running people at Mitch Layfield and using a double team to get him to give up the ball sooner than he wants. At this point in the season, you have to go with the players that have carried you. Look for Coldwater somehow to get the ball in Mitch Layfield's hands.
One other alternative they might have is they sank too much on Layfeld. Look out for Doug Biersack.
And that will probably be the thing that Coach Krause is talking about also. Let's make sure we know who's going to double and from what areas. Make sure we pick the person who's going to take the last shot and not allow Coldwater to do that.
Absolutely. Okay, here we go. Side out. Coldwater inbounding the ball. We've got 8 seconds remaining, and here it comes. All kinds of pressure coming in. They're running that little wheel. They're not getting anywhere. They finally got it in. Steinbrenner dishes off underneath, and there it was. Wink. We got a timeout with 2 seconds remaining, and Brian Wink, they let him go. Excuse me, not Brian Wink. Eric Webker. Eric Webker got loose on the baseline, and somebody just picking him up. He had a little short bunny.
Archbold almost played too good a defense. They did not allow the ball to get into Mitch Layfeld, open court opportunity with Steve Steinbrenner taking the ball right to the basket as the help came. Steinbrenner recognized where the help came from, dumped the ball off to the block, and Eric Webster with a big shot.
All righty. I want to tell you folks, we're down to only 2 seconds remaining. Now they got the clock setting at 10 minutes. I don't know what's going on down here. I have no idea. 58 to 56, Coldwater's on top, unless they're going to put a little time back on the clock. But the referee is going to have to take a look at that. They've got 2 seconds. That's what they're going to do. They're going to put it back on the clock. It's going to run her down, so we're going to be here for a little bit longer. It's going to take them at least a minute to run that down. Why don't you give us a quick update on any scores that you happen to have, Tim? Nothing in yet other than Delta?
Not in high school, but I can tell you that number 4, North Carolina is leading Clemson. Oh, my sheet is missing. 63-45 right now. They're playing in the second half. Villanova's on top of Boston College, 45-37. They're also playing in the second half. Number 19, Oklahoma is leading Nebraska 60-43, and at halftime, Georgia is tied with number 20, Alabama at 28 apiece. And in the second quarter, Denver is leading the Detroit Pistons 34-19.
Well, we've got a lot of basketball going on all over the country, and we've got a ton of it right here at the Grand Canyon, and they're going to cut that down to 3 seconds. 3 seconds is when Archbold called the timeout. They had to put a second back on the clock. 3 seconds. And we got another timeout. This time we'll pause for a message, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Remaining in Bruce, your approach, you're down by 2 points. You got to go the length of the floor. What kind of funny stuff you're going to pull?
No, 3 seconds. The important thing is to get the inbound pass as far down the floor as you can. If you can get the inbound pass into around half court, you're going to still get an awfully good shot with 3 seconds left. And if there's a team that can get a good perimeter shot that you want to shoot the perimeter shot, it's Archbold.
Absolutely. Well, we've got 4 Archbold blue streaks in the front court, 2 Cavaliers, and 1 blue streak in the back court. Here it comes. Brad Beck with the 2. He puts up a long bomb, and it's going to fall short. And Coldwater takes it, folks. Coldwater is going on to the district, they're headed for the regionals as Coldwater 58-56 over a scrappy Archbold blue streak ball game tonight. We will be back with the last statistics and so forth after we hear a couple of messages and send it back to Tim Rouse.
This Easter, show you care with gifts from Care & Share Gift and Thrift in South Archbold. Care & Share has thousands of products from developing countries around the world, including olive wood crosses from Israel's West Bank, baskets from Bangladesh and the Philippines, and papier-mâché eggs from India. Every gift you select at Care & Share means a fair wage for the person who made it, important income for food, education, and health care. Your purchasing power does make a difference, so visit Care & Share Gift and Thrift in South Archbold, open 6 days a week. Tim Rouse from the WNEA studios with the scorecard as we have it right now. In case you just missed it, Division III at Napoleon, an overtime win for Coldwater, who beat Archbold 58-56. Coldwater now advances to meet the winner of the Division III down at Ashland between Ontario and Clear Fork. Moving on to the district, the 2 regional is Delta, who defeated Eastwood 77-60 tonight. Delta now moves on to play the winner of Overland and Highland, who are playing over in Elyria in Division III. Mid-American Conference, the first game is done. No update on the second game. Ball State is moving on to the finals.